Hello again, I'm Mike Brockley, and I've been asked to speak a little bit about my ideas about poetry and my creative process, and so that's what I'll do here. I started writing prose poems 7 or 8 years ago. I used to give a lot of thought to the line breaks I used, but I switched to prose poems because my work as a school psychologist took so much time, to the extent that it was and remains hard to find time to write. By writing prose poems, I could concentrate on generating material and enjoying the discoveries I made when my poems started looking, as the prose poet David Shumate says, like the outline of a Great Plains state, Kansas and Nebraska. I would recommend that you read David Shumate and James Tate, Charles Simic, Nin Andrews, Peter Connors, Louis Jenkins, Wendy Barker, Russell Edson, Francis Ponge, Holly Iglesias, and Claudia Rankine, for starters. When I write regularly, the prose poem allows me to connect with my subconscious in surprising and, at times, surreal ways. I believe that poems are organic, that they have their own identity. And it's my responsibility to work in such a way that my conscious and my unconscious cooperate to serve the purpose of the created thing, the poem. If my conscious becomes too domineering, the poem risks becoming cliché-riddled and commonplace, maybe sentimental. If the unconscious has too much of an upper hand, the poem can be too inaccessible. The poem knows what it wants to be, and the poet has to discover that impulse, that imp. I rarely think of my audience when I'm writing. The Waterman's Tale was the imaginative gift that comes from writing every day. I wrote it 3 summers ago while taking a poetry workshop with Butler's Alessandra Lynch. When the Waterman started strolling through the neighborhood of my imagination, I followed along, took notes, and like a saxophonist riffing on a melody, started brainstorming water, rain, and drought images. Cumulonimbus, hydromancy, dowsing rods, super soakers. Something I'd read about how a Native American in the desert stimulated saliva by placing a pebble under his or her tongue. I pay more attention to an unknown reader while I'm revising. During revision, I try to shape the poem so it takes on the identity the poem wishes for itself. This is a process in which I let go of my desires for the poem while I attend to the clues generated by the language. I haven't said that I want a poem to be about a given topic in a very long time. I like poems with surprises in them. I like nouns like corvette and tunnel, verbs like veto and harvest. I'd like to bring back lost words like snollygoster, wonderwench, gallimaufry, egrote, and jargoggle. I enjoy composing poems crafted from the angels and demons riled up in somebody else's Pandora's box. And I think the best poems carry darkness in their DNA. Thank you.